proactive with as an AP jungler, and I'm there for it.
Yeah.
But if it's Zyra, I'm going to be sad, because then it's not something he can get to actively make plays on throughout the entire game. It's very difficult to do that in pro play.
Yeah.
AL are going to respond with MF. Let's see if it's another big team fire. I mean, normally it will be the case, though I have lied, as we get Tarzan Nidalee basically blind.
That is dirty.
Yeah.
That is dirty, man. Tarzan whipping out the Nidalee, said, if other junglers can do it, I can do it too. We'll see if it's actually going to work out. Yone has been an auto win condition for so many teams in the LPL. Is this the comp that makes it work with the Ziggs combo and the Nautilus now in the bot lane for WE?
Okay. So, hard engage through WE's bottom lane and mid lane. AP secured via the Ziggs means that they don't really need to have any AP anywhere else on the map, right? Ziggs is likely going into the MF. So, let's see what, I'm expecting this Yone to be Karis's. So, let's see what Monkey and Q pull out, right? AL are going to answer out likely with this Alistar. I don't see a reason not to, given what's left in the pool. Though, the last second swap over to this Smolder. So, they want their mid AD jungle answer. And that's what it will be. We've seen this matchup play out time and time
Smolder
again.
top? Or is it you think it's the Yone
It should be. It's
Smolder?
Smolder mid. It's Yone Smolder.
So now
Yone,
what AP is Flandre cooking up here?
that's the question, right? And I expect that they're gonna give him counter picks. So with Braum off the table and so many melee supports already gone, as WE here, you ban out probably Alistar, maybe Rakan. That's about it. Then you put Kael in some really strange waters, right? Unless there's a support that is escaping my mind right now. Those feel like the two premier obvious answers. Willing, however, to throw bans out towards Flandre, and I don't mind this either. Narban, pretty blanket. I don't think it necessarily signifies anything right now. Maybe if an additional top lane ban comes to a
I'd like to see the
Gragas
Gragas ban.
we can talk about it. Yeah, that's true. Sejuani, I like that as a call out.
I do really like that.
To WE's comp right now. Could obviously have
really
to deal
good with the Yone.
melee. Yeah, just having to deal with the melee top and mid with Sejuani jungle is quite frustrating.
Silas is still on the table. I don't know. Oh, we get the Elise. The Elise support.
Yeah, we've seen this as a priority over in Korea a lot. Like it's actually so high priority. It catches
Hasn't
bans
looked
on
very
blue
good
side.
here.
No, and I'll be honest, it hasn't looked very good like anywhere in my opinion. It just falls off a cliff. That's my big problem.
Yeah.
It's like you get to play the game for the first 15 minutes, and then you find out that you have Elise support, and life kind of just ends up sucking. This is what I was
Very
hoping for,
true.
though. The eventual Lilia, it wasn't taken out.
him
Reminder, though,
Just do it.
with the Ziggs bot, they don't necessarily need Lilia, but I think Sleep with Yone and Ziggs, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
They take the skirmishing option with the Viego. That's fine.
They just go with the comfort. I mean, the guy's got double the amount of games pretty much on Viego than anything else. So you love to see. I mean, this is the guy we've been looking at all night. How is he going to compare to one of the surging junglers right now in Tarzan? And now he's got one of his favorite picks to try to do just that.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be very...
Who needs
happy
AP
times.
when you have Elise and Nidalee? You get the set locked in for Flandre against the Ornn. That's not going to be fun for the Ornn.
No, that's an old school counter, and honestly, I quite love this because you're dealing with 4 melee champions. You get to pick a Juggernaut in set. Anti-tank with the ultimate. Great 1v1 matchup. Not a lot to hate about this pick, frankly. It does, however... It's a bit of a strange one with AL's comp, but what's good is because W are coming into them so much, right? With the Ornn, with the Nautilus, it can act as a strong tool of re-engage with a combo of Hope's ultimate too. So we'll see how these fights play out later on. Early laning phase is going to be fine, and the side laning is certainly going to be there. Set can answer Yone as a very clean side lane 1v1, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that potentially unfolds later on.
Yone, again, I said it earlier, has been like an auto-win condition for a lot of teams in the LPL. Can WE find their first game win of the season here right at the end? We came into this one talking about expectations, Jamada. The differing expectations between these two teams and how they pair up against each other. AL, they're looking to compete at that first stand tournament. Only one team in the LPL is going to have the rights to do that. This team is trying to keep up with the likes of BLG. WE are just trying to keep up with the times and figure out what's going to look good for them going into the next split. While those different expectations may lie, it is still a bump in the road if anyone's legend does not cleanly finish this series out. A test of dominance and a test of strength in Xi'an and then Team WE's home arena. We'll hear the Jayos. Is it enough to get WE over the line?
Home advantage, of course, but they weren't that far apart in energy, has to be said. Ooh.
Not too bad, not too
Ow.
bad. I will say, yeah, Vampire has the back. Took a stake to the chest, and Vampires don't like that very much.
Yep, no, they do not. Good little bit of a lore counter, I suppose. Not to League of Legends lore, of course.
It's just the general monster lore, I guess.
Yeah, good monster
Cool.
lore.
What about Shanks playing this Smolder? I know you talked about the matchup itself,
Yeah.
but also with the setup that Shanks has had in this series, the man has been on fire, and now he's literally that as a fiery
He's literally
dragon.
he's gonna set stuff on fire, right? And Smolder, I think he's gonna, it's a mix. He's gonna both struggle but also be happy to be in this game. 4 melee champions as a ranged champ, right? You're always feeling good, but especially as Smolder, being able to get all the AoE out feels fantastic. If all those buttons get pressed on you, though, a little less, as Cube's probably gonna have to Yeah.
They knew he was there. He was trying to see if maybe they didn't, but they will take about half his health in this lane swap setup. Flandre walking into lane will take half his health as well.
Yeah, I wonder how much that's going to impact Cube. Cube's going to have to base and TP. Never usually worth to lose that much health trying to get a minion. Obviously, like you're saying, though, they knew he was there. Had that level 1 setup. Is being denied a little bit of XP. Flandre, his counterpart on the other side, though, he's getting a little bit more for himself. All right, you can see the XP bar in the underneath the champion portraits in the HUD. So he's not doing too bad, but of course Cube having to reset. Like you said, though, going back to the Shanks point, double-edged sword.
He's stacking grasp.
He's stacking grasp. He is going to do his best to get to his items, and then eventually he is going to be a complete menace. Now Tarzan's coming off his clear to make his way to this top side now. There's a ward in the bush for Cube, but Cube is not going to be level 2 for this dive at all. Very far from it. Only has
This
E.
is tough.
Has his flash. Can they make it work with a 3-man?
The minions are going to block Tarzan. He has to go in a little bit closer than he wanted to. Tries to get the execution there, but can't do it. They go for the regank. This is where Cube goes down. One more spear, and it's the kill from Hope.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just really well executed on AL. Hope even to start off that tower dive, technically, gets an auto attack off and then drops tower aggro. Does it perfectly before the tower can even get the shot off, so it's just a bit of extra free damage. Loads of stuff going their way, despite the cocoon actually initially missing from Kael. So, first blood secured. Hope's going to walk away very happy with that additional kill. It's good stuff for AL.
Feels pretty good. I will say, I was going to go in this long rant about how it feels really good to be Karis and Monkey in this situation with all these squishy carries. Imagine one big fate sealed getting all that juicy damage. But now we don't get to talk about it because AL are a little bit in the advantage. You see there, 705 days since set have been played in the top lane in the LPL. Long time. And Flandre has been racking up a bunch of those at this time in this split. He's been picking all the champions that haven't been played in a while.
Yeah, I wonder if... See, I know when it happened now, so I could go and look it up, but I'm just going to freeball this and say, I wonder if this was when Cassante... This is 2 years ago now, so this is when Cassante was released, and people were still trying to find, like, really good answers into him, because I feel like Set is... Well, Set's... It's like a skill matchup off the top of my head. I'd have to consult a Set main or two to get confirmation.
There's not many of those around here, you know.
There's not many of those around these parts anymore. But Set, of course, notoriously good into tanks. So that's my guess. That's the last time that it showed up, back in 2023 spring. I wouldn't be surprised if you went and looked at the match history that it was into Cassante. That's all.
That's all you say. Just leave your piece. I do want to take a look at the culmination of the jungle pass. This is the most active, at least, that we're going to get for right now until those level 6 marks. You do have a level 5 monkey coming down here to be first present into the bot lane 2v2. And Tarzan pathing up towards top. Oh, Hope. Gets hit by the satchel charge. The repel dodging out of the Dredge line, but the flash plays there from Monkey. He can't decide if he wants to continue onto Hope or onto Kael, and both of them make it out. Flash will be burned by Kael.
Yeah, and you don't really mind that at all. Flandre is getting a good end of the trade. You're seeing the lane matchup itself sucks, but also Cube is just so far behind. He's a level and a half down, and I think that wave was pushing into Flandre. I'd have to look at it again as skirmishes breaking out here.
The repel again, but this time it's Tarzan that tanks it. Now he's in a lot of trouble. Got a lot of damage over the wall from Taeyoon, but Vampire already falls. You lose that tankiness, and now Tarzan leaps himself over the wall. The Cougar has found promise, and Hope has too. Taking down Monkey. Tarzan flashing away. He will fall. Karis trying to get something back. Gets 2. That's going to be 2 for Taeyoon, rather, as a double kill going through. It's traded. Mom can't finish it off. Taeyoon flashes away. This is dicey, though.
Shanks will, though. I mean, Hope can just drop the
the Achu didn't hit. Hope. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Taeyoon with 4 kills to start it off for WE.
All right, AL. I see what kind of game you want to make this, and I'm here for it. Truly, I am. It's not the cleanest dive that we've seen this series, this game, actually, as a matter of fact. Both these junglers, they've pushed immediately up to these grubs, and Tarzan's spear is somehow scoring a goal between 3 grubs, but it's okay. Still going to secure it. Karis was dangerously close to stealing one of those. But that should be all 3 grubs over to AL. No major worries. So objective secured there. They got the feat of warfare, Mazel.
They did.
They got the first step of the feat of objectives there. Repel, it's good because to be fair, if Kael gets hit by that, there's a world where he gets bursted out. He's very squishy. But Vampire does go down for his troubles. Spear connecting onto Monkey allows Tarzan to reposition over the wall, and Hope flashes over and gets the damage. But this is where things get awkward because Karis over the wall with the flash. One last auto does find its way onto Tarzan to kill him, but then Karis just takes so long to get that kill. Finally.
Dude, we're gonna get the slow-mo of Hope tanking this turret.
And it's actually that knockback that makes Hope
a really good satchel charge.
Yeah. That's what makes it even more awkward, because Hope could have realistically walked in, got an auto to off, then walked out. But the satchel does break that potential. So good job, Taeyoon. You earned that double kill. I was gonna say AL gave it to you on a platter, and in fairness, they did. But the satchel made that very, very messy.
Look at that inventory.
4-1 Ziggs. Yeah.
I mean, got Lost Chapter, Hextech Alternator. He's stacking up that Dark Seal as well. Trying to get more turret plates. I mean, they've already picked off almost 3 of them, and they are going to start up the Dragon now as well. Love this aggressive look from WE. This is the best iteration of this team we've seen so far this split. They are proactive, and even if it's not working out in the win column, they are not giving up on trying. Please? Okay.
Sometimes you see a skill shot flying towards the dragon, and it just deals 0.5% extra damage more than it usually does. Good invade here from Tarzan. He should be able to sneak this one away just because of the angle. Smite that, and Vampire is not going to be able to punish. So good looks.
Good looks, good looks. Shanks has now found the bad side of the 2 swords blademan in the mid lane, as Shanks not going to have much of a hope in just a flat-out 1v1 against each other.
No, he won't. We saw in that picture-in-picture as well. Cube was forced to flash in the 1v1 up in the top side, and that matchup continues to go from pretty bad to significantly worse. It's down 30 CS. I mean, a lot of that damage was definitely done in the lane swap, right? But goodness me. Flandre is kind of just having a time up there.
Ooh,
Shanks.
the ult from Karis. He tries to get the play, but Tarzan turns right back around. Fate Sealed will be down for a little while, but still, that aggressive play from Karis is going to open up this mid lane for them.
Yeah, what's good is it will be up for the grubs in a minute's time. So long as WE can do a little bit of delaying, right? So it's not the worst time to use it by any means, but I expect AL with Kael already on this side of the map will do their best to try and get a start up on spawn.
Oh, we're fighting for this
pressure,
bad boy.
because of how much pressure as well Flandre has up here. Wouldn't be super surprised if they look for a start up there and try to push WE out.
We had the Ludens completed for Taeyoon. We also had the Bloodthirster completed first item for Hope on the other side. Leandries for Tarzan just now completed. The fight is on the verge here in 20 seconds. Would be huge for AL to get all 6 grubs, especially away from a Ziggs comp. Hope and Taeyoon still down bot lane.
Taeyoon still down bot lane. Are they... Well, definitely seen Monkey now. I was going to say, like, had they really snuck in there, no vision. Hope.
He's got an angle here. Yeah, bullet time's just going to be walked out of by Taeyoon.
Okay.
Nice try there by Hope. We'll take a decent amount of damage, but the Bloodthirster going to heal up nicely. Monkey trying to at least get one of these to deny it. Oh, he barely gets it there. And he will secure the one. Now Ornhorn called. Not going to hit Flandre. Here comes Mom as well. We got calls everywhere. I don't know if it's Dad, if it's Mom, if we're calling home. As now the Mega Inferno Bomb comes in to help Karis get a kill. Big setup now onto Tarzan as they're getting the Heartbreaker going. But he's CC'd. Monkey's still alive. And he's getting the Reset City WE. They're finally turning something around in this series. And they're looking to upset the Grub counter.
Yeah, they will get likely these last two. Hope and Kael, I expect to back off. Shanks will TP top just to catch the wave, and that'll be the objective fight over. Strange from AL, the approach. They kind of just let themselves get hooked on, to be honest with you. There's not much else to say. 1v1 was also going in favor of Cube somehow. And eventually ended up getting help. Let's see, because I think it's Shanks. Just steps forward. Vampire finds the dredge line and the combo's there, right? You cannot move. Die in the CC. Top side, you can see that 1v1 going on whilst Tarzan gets found out here. And unfortunately, Monkey isn't bursted out in the duration of that CC. Karis comes to the rescue of his top laner. All is well. Very split fight from AL. And Mazel, let's wrap back on a point. You know, about this Elise, who's on our screen right now, actually, for a brief moment. This champion becomes useless. Point blank, period. There is no... You kind of just become a worse blitzcrank, is actually the best way I can put it functionally. Past the 15-minute mark. It's just, do you hit Cocoon on a good target? Yes, no. That's it, right? And if you're not winning, you tend to not get control of brushes. All of these, it's a snowball thing. She is a win more support. And AL... I'm not going to say they're losing, but they're certainly not winning, right? The game is very, very even, and they're against a team fighting composition of WE, and a very easy to execute one at that. I worry if some kind of gold lead isn't, you know, magicked up in the next 5 minutes or so, that WE might just take a game. Just on the basis of the composition. Yeah. A lot of heavy lifting is going to have to be done by Shanks, by Hope, and by Flandre. To get this one done.
This Yone champion just is so damn good into every single piece of this composition from AL. He is going to be completely commandative of where he wants to go, who he wants to engage on, and he's already got the Blade of the Rune King now as well. His mom is called. It's big spear onto Vampire. Another stake through the heart this time, as it's right in front of the dragon fight here. Mountain Dragon on the line. Would be the first dragon for AL or the second for WE.
Yeah, we'll see. AL get this. They'll be one objective away from the feat to put themselves even with WE, and then the Herald is where they can split that difference. First Tower, of course, could also get either of these teams, or get AL on the mark. W would still need the third objective. And the towers across the board are certainly chunked, especially top side. Both have seen better days.
Seriously though, who deals with Karis?
I
Who stops this guy
Flandre.
from running into your
Flandre.
back line?
Flandre.
Is it
Flandre. 100%. Set is like not a balanced champion when he's against this many melee champs.
Oh, Taeyoon getting caught by the Make It Rain plus bullet time combo. Flandre did end up using his TP down bot lane to get the split push.
I think, you know, Mazel, I think people sleep on Juggernauts a bit too much when we get these kind of compositions. Where you think about if this is like a Mordekaiser or, dare I say, the Alawi champion even. Given my own personal bias. Dare I say, given my own personal bias. But these champions rip apart these short-range comps, right? And I'm almost certain we're going to see at some point, you know, Flandre is going to press R on Cube. Well, maybe he does it right now. Good spacing from Cube. Oh,
ooh. Really good showstopper there as Cube fighting down to the last. Flandre goes down in the solo. Cube coming up clutch there.
Yeah. Ornn still does a lot of damage. No matter how you slice it, and Flandre's W was still on cooldown. So, wasn't able to use it after the first time use there. As Karis, a little bit aggressive. Will take a big chunk for his troubles. And Cube's going to get first tower. There you go. All right, well, if WE can secure this... oh, no, actually. Never mind.
No, AL
got
got on the first turret. It's
okay.
WE's first tower, though.
Oh,
Karis! This is the combo they want. Karis going low but not going down. Tarzan wants him. Spear to the dome. And he gets him down. Monkey finds another pick, though, and that's actually pretty big. At least trying to get out for himself. Karis down, though. That's a major tool getting off of this table for WE.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've seen Karis getting aggressive underneath a tower with the Spirit Unbound this game, and he's finally punished for it.
Oh, that was close. Vampire waiting on the wings, waiting to go in case Tarzan goes a little bit too far. Okay, so we're starting to see what the strategy is for AL. Kael's job seems to be to try to cocoon Karis and lock him down as we take a look back in the 1v1.
So Flandre has this Q max going, right? And it's good for, you know, the upfront damage and kind of the consistent damage. But the W cooldown's so valuable. Great buffer by Flandre, but he can't quite space out, you know, because of this Q slow as well. And I'm not sure what else. He just had to buy a bit of time so he could get that second cast of the W so close. I think it was like a second and a half away from being up. And then he maybe gets to win that 1v1. Assuming he hits the true damage portion. But Ornn still does a lot of damage because of Brill.
Yeah.
So does lose out that time.
Looking at the siege in mid lane now. Taeyoon's already on 2 items. He is hitting big. Has that Horizon focus as well, so the long-range damage is definitely coming into tow for WE. They were trying to siege a mid lane. They're buying time to get Karis some gold in the side lane.
Yeah, Karis will secure that tower up there. Flandre can't stop him for the time being. Will WE be able to break this tower apart?
A little early with the satchel charge. They go for the wombo, and there's the combo. Heartbreaker over the wall, and AL's hearts are shattered as they will all fall one by one to a triple kill to Monkey. As Flandre taking the fight in the side lane against Karis, but he is losing that one slowly but surely, and the rest of the team is coming over to support.
Yeah, could rotate over very, very easily. Over a tier 1 tower. Great Ornn, I think, above everything else. Yes, I know the explosive combo looked very incredible. But the Ornn getting that initial slow, and then Vampire's Dredge line was fantastic. They get the tier 1. Job's done for the time being. They can use that as a brief window to reset, and let's just get a look at the combo one more time. Trying to ult the wave, right? But Ornn plus this very funky Dredge line.
Excuse me, is that how architecture works? What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
He was literally fully behind that turret.
Yeah, but you know,
holy moly.
Lolesports. Let's see, AL, they're on this dragon first. They might be able to burst it down before WE can actually get here. Monkey's on the other side of the wall. They can
Little
look
bit
for a fight
dicey.
afterwards.
Okay, so it will be secured by Tarzan. Karis on the other side. Flandre being a little bit... Oh, no, they don't hit the spear. No,
Oh.
Mega Inferno Bob over. And now Karis has his pickings, and he wants everything as that showstopper is stopping AL from fighting anything in this series. Flandre not able to make the difference, and Cube finds the snipe kill onto Kael.
I think Kael are going to lose this game. WE, it's, again, the draft, man. I don't know what else to say. ALR putting a lot of disrespect down right now on WE on the Rift, but the draft is also not helping them by any means. And again, the team fighting composition is always going to kind of feel significantly better on this WE side. Ease of execution is also in their favor. Let's get a look at it. Dragon goes down. Flandre, I know he gets his way onto Cube, but then it's Dredge line onto Shanks. Not the first time.
Another one.
At the grubs earlier, and then combo is clean. Not much that Shanks can do about it other than having to, you know, he needs to flash the initial Dredge line, right? Once he's in range for that to happen. And poor Kael.
Can't keep having that happen if you want any hope in this one, AL, as maybe they've just consigned themselves to a potential game number 4 as Karis starting up the Atacon. 2 items completed on majority of carries for Team WE, and Tarzan in no vicinity to try to contest this Atacon take.
No, they're not. And I've also just noticed, what's the picture-in-picture here? Oh, this is how Hope's dead. All right,
Yep.
well, didn't clock onto that. That's why the Atacon's even more free. But
I mean, if we're gonna be real, like
Yeah.
if we're gonna be real, the hell is this draft from AL? To be fair,
I mean,
like
no, I mean,
like this
bro,
draft is kind of rough.
we know this feels like a content game to rip straight from chat for a moment, but also from our dearly beloved G2 in Europe. They're very familiar with content games. This feels like a content game from AL. As I wanted to also bring up the fact that Shanks only has 179 stacks in 22 minutes. That is subpar. And I feel like this pan down to Shanks, obviously we're taking from the Chinese feed. That it feels like we're connected spiritually, because in my mind the Chinese casters also just spoke about the fact that Shanks is very far away from their stacks too.
And I think you can really look back to that quadra kill to Taeyoon that really set a lot of this objective control and map control setup for WE up, as they won't be able to get the siege on this one, but the damage is there.
It is. I mean, the thing, Mazel, do you know what's annoying?
What?
Shanks will eventually hit stacks.
Yeah.
And we haven't actually seen Flandre press his R key on a tank into the rest of the team of WE. And if these two things happen at the same time, it's pretty winnable for AL. Like, comically, there is so much damage available just between those two abilities, and Shanks hitting that power spike.
Yeah.
It keeps me worried, despite the massive deficit that they find themselves in.
Okay. Fade Sealed going to be used. They still have the Atacon GAs, and they're popping heads right now. They've only lost 1. There you go. The showstopper. Is it enough, though? They get 1, 2, maybe 3. Karis going ham. He's sent back to base, and Taeyoon, the only one left with the Atacon GA.
Yep. Taeyoon, he's going to make it out. Hope will heal up there. I don't even think Taeyoon had mana to throw an R back. Do you see what I mean? You know, like, WE's execution, not fantastic, but imagine they don't have Atacon buff there. You know, imagine it drops off mid-fight or something stupid.
They're not JDG, sorry, you know.
Good one. But great engage from Vampire. I mean, hey, Aragon, if you're watching.
He's had a lot of them.
You know? Yeah, he's a good game from Vampire this game.
Yeah.
You know, like, fantastic stuff. But
another
again,
guy who came up the EDG system there with Monkey.
Yep, true. We love our our LDL Kings into LPL pipeline. Very thriving system. Shanks. Shanks is at 215, Mazel. He's nearly there. He is nearly no longer a baby dragon.
Yeah, I don't even know if it makes a difference, honestly, at this point. I mean, you're already on almost 3.5 items for Taeyoon. And that 3-item spike for Karis is terrifying for anybody who has less than like 3,000 health. And maybe even those that do have more than 3,000 health on the map.
True. Shanks. Vampire.
TP.
Bye-bye. Doesn't want to risk it, and I don't blame him. Good call from Shanks in my mind. Good pickup as well from WE. Kind of limits the potential lane assignments, I suppose, but the likelihood is Shanks is just never going to be bot lane, right? As I say that, he veers off towards the bot lane. Karis gets caught a little bit. Showstopper into the CC chain. TP coming down. Now Flandre is the one in trouble. He's going to try to hit the haymaker, but he is haymaked into the ground. Nobody else around, though, as nice satchel charge. Taeyoon is 1v2ing right now with a little bit of help from his team. It's going to be even more. Another snipe on a Kael and to Hope as well. Massive hits from WE, who are barreling down the mid lane. It's 5 versus 2. They've got a part of a wave on the bot lane, but I think they should just go Nash. Go pick up the buff. Karis can split push on the bot lane. Just keep pressure drawn down there. AL are going to try and look for him. Swing and a miss on the spear. WE should have Baron. I mean, yeah, AL. Just too disjointed this game. Perhaps having a little bit too much fun. Tarzan's in trouble. Depth charge.
I mean, he's just going to die. Karis is going to have to go back, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he almost just kills Tarzan without him.
Hey, Tarzan. Okay.
They're doing the Baron.
What?
He just killed Monkey!
What?
Flandre makes the play when nothing else could happen, and Taeyoon puts him right back into his seat. Now, Taeyoon trying to get out of the back here. He should be able to complete this one. No, he stops his back. Tarzan just walks straight in and dies.
What? A replay.
What is happening?
We need a replay right now, man. Throw it up. Throw it up. We need to know. I mean,
nope, we got more fighting. Oh, he stopped the Ornhorn with the cocoon there, at least. We're at least trying to stop him with the combo. Karis kills Hope outright, so no need for that. Shanks trying to get the reset, trying to get the kill, at least on a Taeyoon, but can't get him. He finally gets one with the execution. There you go. 1,000 gold to Kael, and this is one drunk game, man.
I need to see the Nash still. I need to know how it happened. I can't focus, man. I can't. Was it a W? Was it an auto attack? What? Okay.
Oh my god, it was right in front of his face. Oh no. Yo! It went back to 14?
Wait!
It went 2-1, 14.
What? What?
That was weird. That was very weird.
What? I can't. He's okay.
Sorry, Santorin.
I'm gonna very quickly. I'm gonna just get that up again, just for my own sanity. But it looked like he smited below 1.2k, and it was the exact same. Wow. I mean, just for confirmation for you guys, he smited at 1,189. So. You know?
Math. Ornhorn coming out. We're back into the game. Cube wants to try to catch out Kael, but he will repel away from that one. Tarzan trying to land some poke. Mom coming down this cutaway here as they do have the siege damage to get them down slowly but surely. Mega Inferno Bomb going to be dodged away. Kills all those little spiderlings, though. Dragon coming up in 40 seconds. Resets wanted by WE. They still got to put the finishing touches on this one, even with the small advantage that they have.
Yeah, they do. And they need to do it soon, because the longer they leave this game going, the more stacks that Shanks get, the higher potential threat for some kind of nonsense when it comes to a Flandre re-engage. And I mean, you know, Hope's had a quiet game so far, but all it takes is just, you know, mayhem in the backline and a bullet time over the top for a very clean game 3 comeback for AL here.
Trying to get as much poke down in front of this one as possible. That is really AL's only conditions. Unless they find a massive angle with Flandre, they're just trying to get as much poke down as possible. Taeyoon takes a little hit there. Hope coming around the corner. There's the engage. They find Flandre. He can't even get a haymaker out. Finally does and kills him. Vampire traded, but now Monkey has the soul of Flandre. Bullet time to the face, but Hope is getting reset on, and Monkey finding the angle, but the rest of WE have made mincemeat out of AL. They're TPing mid lane, and they want to get a game.
Yeah, no, W are too far ahead. Point blank, period. WE, Mazel are gonna win a game. They're gonna get a game.
Oh my God, what world were we in? What time were you in? What place were you watching from when you saw Team WE take their first win in the LPL 2025? Better late than never at this point in their final series until spring. They'll take a game win.
All right. Well, we're getting 4 games out of this series. And the ever-growing history book that is Elite Support this year and why it's bad continues to, yep.
I'm just going to say it outright. I'll just be maybe a little mean. That was a disrespectful hell of a game from AL. Their draft was awful. Their gameplay was rough. They continuously took fights that they didn't need to take. And I mean, that was just a game where, hey, we're going to give WE something.
100%. 100%. That was just, yeah, that was AL having fun, throwing out the creative picks.
I just looked in the producer chat and remembered something I said at the beginning. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to move forward. Anyways, I just broke myself. Thank you, past me. WE win a game. AL disrespected them. But we have to applaud WE. Something finally worked, Jamada. I don't know if it, like, Monkey made a massive difference in this one. I don't know if you can say the same about the rest of the series. I don't know how much different that makes him than Tianzhen. But by golly, they won a damn game. And it was off the back of everybody. It was that quadra kill going over early to Taeyoon, them utilizing that around the map. Monkey, who has had a consistent game against Tarzan, having some support from his team.
Yeah. Happy to actually see that, you know? That's what I'm here for. I saw game 1. Yeah, Monkey, give him all the eggs. Give him all the bananas, actually. You know, give bananas in the basket. That's what we want.
You just had to.
That's what we want, all right? You asked for the, you know, the I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not the memes, the... Forget it, doesn't even matter. Yeah, banter.
There you
go. Thank you. You're getting it. Who knows? Maybe WE make this weird. Maybe
Phil
this
Collins got a lot to work with
one-off.
after that one.
He does. I mean, look, the fact of the matter is all of our questions are answered completely dependent on how AL drafted game 4. Right?
I was wondering where you're going with that. I was like, okay.
Because look, if a full draft from AL looks like it did in game 3, in game 4, then I think we know maybe there's room for WE to do the funny ha ha hee hee thing.
There's no way we go to 5 games, right? I'm putting it out there into existence right now because every caster curse always works.
You know, the selfish me wants the series to end after this game because I have a migraine coming. I can feel it.
But what is the LPL part of you?
The LPL in me needs to kind of see 5 games just because it would be funny.
We've only had 2 5-game series. We need more.
But this series of all of them, like AL would really have to be having a bit of a. They'd be taking the Mickey. They really would be taking.
All of this was part of their plan to get things off of the fearless draft. They were just like, we need to take all these picks that they really want every game. Wow. Though, take a screenshot of that. Be happy about it. Team WE find their first split win. This entire LPL split, all the best ofs, they finally find a game win.
Can you believe it? WE against AL. AL is where they find their game win, of all places. But hey,
all places.
AL kind of gave it to them.
Now we have no unwinning teams in the LPL out of all 16.
Every team has one now. Doesn't that just make you feel kind of happy? Huh? Highlights. There were plenty of those actually in this game for both sides. Very fun.
Dude, this entire game can be sent as like a package to anybody that wants to complain about what Nautilus Hook can do. This entire game. Like Vampire's hooks were just off the chain.
Off the some may say off the hook.
Double dad joke.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're here all night.
I'm running out of material. I'm running out of material. Sorry. Look.
Don't ever come to our stand up. It's fine.
I reckon I could do stand up. But like it would. Yeah, but I would be entirely a crowd work Andy. I wouldn't be able to write jokes at all. Can't do it. It's not my thing.
Understandable.
Crowd work though, easy. Anyway, that aside, good game.
WE won.
WE won. I want to be more excited, but my perpetual fear is AL are just going to show up and absolutely slaughter them in game 4. I
gotta be asking what Tabe is thinking. Either like his draft, like that despicable. He's behind the turret, and it still hits. Ridiculous. Anyways, the little things that worked in this situation for Team WE, can they replicate it? Do you see a possibility in that in terms of what their composition is like? So if we're getting into game 4, there's a ton of high meta champions that are left off the table now.
Do you want me to be serious or not, Mazel? How do you feel? Like guide me.
I mean, we just saw WE in the first game. I think some hopium is in order.
Okay.
I think some hopium
some
is
real
in order.
hopium. All right, I'll do it. Whatever is left on the table, easy champs to put together, right? No, don't draft like how AL drafted and give yourself an execution threshold to meet, right?
True.
Don't let the champions play themselves. Focus on being able to play together. And I can see a WE realistically beating an AL who, if they're gonna show this level of disrespect again, it's not out of the question anymore, right?
Is this a Tabe thing? You were loving Tabe. Is this a Tabe thing? Is this an execution thing? Is this a team thing?
It's a bit of everything. You
Is
know,
that
the draft
everything?
was
Man.
the draft was obviously what it was, but at the same time, AL could have still probably played it with more respect.
True.
You wrap our minds back to that dive at the bottom lane where Taeyoon ends up being the beneficiary of 4 kills.
4 kills, man.
They didn't necessarily have to go for the dive, but it was also well played by Taeyoon, right? In that
it
1v2,
was really well,
especially so.
That satchel charge.
How is this gonna end up being a 4-game series at the? It's always the ones you think that are gonna be 3-0, man.
Yeah, I'm really wondering kind of the mindset moving forward for AL. This was a big test for them, and everything we've talked about so far was we want to see how dominant AL can be in their last showing before playoffs, before being the potential first seed for this Group A. And I mean, you see moments like this, you're like, what the heck is going on? How does this work? Like, what was the machination with the draft you had and the execution base behind it? But you do wonder now as well, thinking about it before we get to the MVP and everything coming up. Do they still pick red side? They only have one blue side game so far this split.
They love red side. That's their thing. They'll stay on red side. There's no doubt there.
Imagine winning the game and still
blue,
getting blue side.
If
Couldn't
they swapped
be
to
any
blue,
other
it would
team.
be strange.
Taeyoon!
Well earned Taeyoon. Yeah, get in there, man. Fantastic game. Set himself up incredibly just off the bot lane skirmish. He could have very easily died, maybe at the most gotten 3 kills, but that one very well placed satchel, right?
Yeah.
Getting him that extra kill in the dive seemed to have made all the difference in snowballing the game for him.
It's nice to see a prospect like Taeyoon coming over from KDF Challengers and LCK Challengers actually get some resources early and then execute on them. Be with the team, find those movements around the map. That kind of stuff is very, very, very nice to see. See if it continues. See if somehow WE push us to 5 games after a short little break. We'll have game 4 on the horizon.